and everything stopped for tea.
Well, a very, very good afternoon, and this is a very, very special cup of tea with Mr. G, because I'm in lovely Dudley today. Not only in Dudley, but I'm in a very special place in Dudley, and that's the Duncan Edwards Foundation Museum. Now, if you have been a follower of Cup of Tea with Mr. G, the very first guest I had was the lovely Rose Cook-Monk, and Rose is joining me today. Now, I do have to explain, we have got a little bit of issue with the internet today, so it's going to be like a bit like a radio show as well, because I've been turning the screen around so I can talk to my guest today. As always, if you're out there, please throw a comment up. I've got a comment coming through today. Who's that from? Nathan. Very good afternoon. Have you remember Nathan, young entrepreneur, and I really wish him all the best, because he's a young man who's really been up against it during the COVID, but he's battling on, and lovely for you to join us on the show. So, without further ado, on this Easter cup of tea with Mr. G, I'm going to turn the screen round, and here we should have the lovely, oh my goodness, when it comes to a face mask. Well, we're all social distancing here in your museum. Absolutely. And this is absolutely wonderful. So, Rose, a very, very good afternoon. Thank you for letting me come to your museum here in Dudley. I won't try and do my West Midlands accent, because I know what is the worst thing about people doing a West Midlands accent?
They always do a Birmingham one.
So they always sound like Peaky Blinders.
Yes, and that is a big no-no in the Black Country. We're very, very different,
so
and the best.
So I better not do. Lovely to be here, Rose.
No.
All right, we order the Peaky Blinders.
Having said that, it is filmed at the Black Country Museum, which is just literally
about a mile. I want to go there.
I'll take you the next time.
Brilliant.
When it reopens, 17th of May, I think it reopens.
Listen, Rose, talking about museums, your museum here, we actually did a little bit of filming earlier, didn't we?
We did.
And you took me on a journey around the museum. Now, what we've done is we've got that clip, and we're going to post it after a cup of tea, Mr. G. But what can people expect when they come on a tour at the Duncan Edwards Museum?
I've made it so it's a living storybook, really. So we started in a 1930s living room where Duncan was born, or represents where Duncan was born, 23 Malvern Crescent in Dudley. So we talk about life in the 1930s. He was born in a very historical year. It was the year that we had 3 kings. So I tell the school children that come up about the abdication, and then we go to a 1940s bedroom. When Britain was still at war, so there's a gas mask for Duncan to use. There's his football heroes on the wall. And then we go through to a 1950s classroom, and we do that by walking through the wardrobe into Duncan's magical world of football. And then we talk about his career, the final match that the Busby Babes played, and then through to the Munich room, which tells the story of the Munich aircraft.
So if people have been to the museum before, they are going to be in for a real surprise, because you've made so many changes to it.
Yes, it's changed a lot since it was opened in August. We were just in the one room in August, and we had showcases with his memorabilia. But now we've extended into the room, which is just behind me, into the Munich room, and it looks like a proper museum now.
And this also in the Munich room, this is where, as a celebrant, you conduct the services for. And what sort of services can you have you got booked in to do at the museum?
The 3 services that I give are remembrance services for people who have died, naming services for children, and wedding vow renewals or wedding blessings. And I've got 3, one of each booked for the end of this year. So that's exciting news.
Now, I'm going to turn this around here, and here's me again. So, Rose, I've been chatting to Rose about all sorts of things, and this is just typical Rose. Yeah, I've written a play as well. What? No, I've written a play. I just decided to write a play. No, I've written a play about Duncan Edwards, about his life, and I was quite amazed. I was quite amazed by that, because it's not the sort of thing that you normally do. It's just say I'm going to write a play. So I'm going to ask Rose to tell me about that. I just want to say the people who are tuning into the show, a very, very good afternoon to you. Looking great, Mr. G. I'm glad to see you got the £5 note. That was good. Take it back, everything I said about the post service. Here we go. A bit of Welsh. Pronhawada. It's got to be Anthony Stewart Lloyd, and you've worked with Big T. We've got here Nathan is asking what time is the Manchester United draw. That is coming up very, very shortly. We've got our special guest of honour, who is the one-man band, the one and only Bruce Thompson. He's going to be coming to do the draw, and that's very, very shortly. But I do want to pass it back to Rose and just ask her the update about the play, because obviously, Rose, you were totally, like everybody else, stopped in your tracks with putting the play on.
And is Tony on now? Did you say Tony was watching?
Anthony Stewart Lloyd, right?
Hi, Tony. Well, Tony's in our play, actually. He's my narrator of the play. So.
Well, you couldn't get a better narrator than Anthony Stewart Lloyd.
Yeah, it's fabulous. So hi, Tony.
If you don't know Anthony Stewart Lloyd, which honestly, where have you been? Because he is the Rolls-Royce voice, isn't he?
Oh, fabulous.
He's a larger-than-life character, but absolutely brilliant performer.
Yeah.
Great actor. In fact, Anthony Stewart Lloyd is my guest on Wednesday for a cup of tea with Mr. G. Yes, a cup of tea, Mr. G, with Anthony Stewart Lloyd will be taking place on Wednesday. Yes. So tell me about the play. Go on. What's going to happen with the play?
Oh gosh, it's been last year was a frustrating year for everyone, especially people, like ourselves and Bruce is coming on and Tony, because there's no entertainment, and we still are in that position where we don't know quite what's going on. So the play was supposed to have debuted last May, and then we postponed it till October, and then it was going to be this February. So rather than postpone it again this year, I don't want to be in a position where, we're sort of building ourselves up. We're going to leave it now till February 2022. Brilliant. And fingers crossed we will be out of this situation that we're in.
Well, I certainly wish you all the best on that.
Thank you.
So today we've got a lot of things to do. We're going to have the draw, and a gentleman that you and I both have worked with many, many times. Yeah. You lecturing on board the cruise ships, myself working with this gentleman on the cruise ships, and also at Warner's as well. So I'm going to turn the camera back to me. I'm going to ask you two to do a quick little transfer over, and Bruce is going to turn up here with his mask, and I'm just going to put this little thing up. We love this picture of the only one-man band that really, you would have seen him. You would have seen him on the Generation Game. Let me turn it around here, and here is our special guest this morning. I'll get you in shot there, and we're going to whip this out here, and we should be. There he is.
Mr. G, how are you?
You can take your mask off because we're now at a distance. I am very, very well indeed. Thank you, Bruce, and thank you so much for making the trip. How many miles was it?
115.
115. But you
plus a diversion.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely of you to join us, and you're going to be doing the draw for me.
Yep.
And for me and for Rose, because our lovely friends at Manchester United, they actually donated this, which is the 2 VIP tickets for a tour of Old Trafford.
That's me and one other.
And it's lunch included. So I know I've got some people saying when are they going to do the draw, and I think they must be sort of just downing tools at the moment. So I'm going to ask you to do the draw first, and then I'm going to have a little chat to you about your life and your career.
All right.
So I've got the bucket here. It's not. There we are. So we've all COVID. I'm going to pass it over to you, and here we go. Everybody at home, drum roll. Drum roll. Here we go.
Scared of
I should do my X Factor voice. Yes, it's time for you to find out who has won that prize.
Do you want to read it or shall I?
No, Bruce, would you just like to read that?
Well, you're not going to believe this.
Who is it?
DJ Devereaux.
Oh. Now, can you believe that? That is my boy. Okay.
Keep it in the
that
family.
Is G minor. I've got somebody asking what time is Bruce. What time is the rugby on, Bruce? Does that mean any sense to you? They've sent a
Is
message.
there rugby? There's no rugby
I
today.
don't know.
Don't think so.
That's a random question. So we've got DJ who's won the prize. Now I've got to say to you,
Is that James Austin by any
I'm
chance?
going to have to. I don't know who that is. Our son, me and Corky, DJ G Minor, as we call him, he gave me instructions to say, if I win for 2 tickets, please, Dad, redraw. So, Bruce, I tell you, you had a lot of work to do here today, Bruce, because I'm going to ask you, he doesn't want the prize. He says it's going to go to charity. Would you please put your hand up? Family about that is my sister. Now, my sister, I'll just pass this back in. My sister said to me, Chris, I never win anything. The only thing I've won is a chicken. Well, you've now got 2 tickets, VIP, to go to Old Trafford with lunch included. And I know what my sis will do. She's such a generous person. She'll actually take that prize and she'll give it to her staff who work at her company. So well done, sis. I'm going to go back to our friend Rose and my friend Bruce. Hopefully there we are. We can see you there. There we are. I'll put it a bit more over here. Put the mic. It takes a little bit of organising this. A cup of tea. A very good cheers to you, Bruce.
Cheers.
Bruce.
Can I just say what a fantastic museum this is?
It is awesome.
Unbelievable.
It really, and the atmosphere when you come up here, Rose normally has the 1930s, 40s music playing.
Yeah.
When you actually, and the tour, which we filmed earlier, it really, I know it's only 15 minutes long.
Anybody in the area, if you're passing, call in. It's
absolutely.
Fantastic. And you'll get a coffee.
And you get coffee. And a song.
Yeah.
Career. You the Generation Game, and who was host? Bruce Forsyth. When I say that's first, what did the TV brief, Bruce?
Working at the BBC on for I think it was Every Second Counts with Paul Daniels.
Oh, Paul Daniels.
On that program was moving on to.
Yeah.
They were just chatting one day and she just said out of the blue, do you want to do Generation Game? I went, yeah, okay. She went, right, do it. And that was it.
Fantastic. And how much fun was it?
That was great. Bruce Forsyth was brilliant.
Brucey, I know people, not Bruce Forsyth, I can never understand that because he was just literally like the white Sammy Davis Jr. He could do everything.
Yeah, interesting thing on the program, he didn't rehearse at all. He watched rehearsals. He was there all the time. There was a stand-in Bruce Forsyth and we had stand-in contestants. And we did, if anybody hasn't seen it, I'm a one-man band and we got 4 people to be one-man bands as well. So Bruce Forsyth watched the rehearsals. And the only time he did it was live on the show that night. He'd worked out what he was going to say, what he was going to do, but he didn't tell us. So it came over as fresh. And he reacted so well to everything. It was brilliant. They released it on Best of the Generation Game.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, I think what you do is a totally unique act. And as I said, I've worked with you so many times on the ships and on land as well. And it never, ever fails to the audience. I mean, when people laugh, there is people laughing, but there are people absolutely rolling in the aisles. And it's that wonderful, you get people involved in this type of entertainment. I've got to ask you this question. We've all been knocked pretty badly by COVID. And Warners, they were fantastic because they said, listen, we're going to actually do outdoor entertainment.
Yeah, they were brilliant.
And the outdoor stages, and we then found ourselves working to outdoor audiences.
Yeah.
So your act involves people coming up and doing how did you get around that?
Couldn't do it. We weren't allowed to have physical contact with the
Right.
audience. So the one-man band bit with a member of the audience, I had to
Oh, I bet you can't wait to get back then to do that.
hopefully soon.
Yes.
Hopefully come May.
Yeah. Well, that's the word on the street, and hopefully it does happen. Because how have you managed to keep yourself sane through this whole thing?
I haven't. Totally insane. It's been awful.
It really has.
It's been awful for a lot of people. So.
Yeah. I know a lot
Not
of
to
people that haven't
complain.
spoken to anybody. There's just haven't spoken to anybody in the business and stuff. And it's this imposed isolation, and to be creative and to.
Well, I think we were lucky. God bless Warners. They did manage to operate on a few occasions last year because of the outside stage.
Yeah.
That they operated at a loss,
Yeah.
but at least they kept us going for a while.
They are a fantastic company.
There's some acts won't have worked for 13, 14 months.
Yeah.
At least we managed to do one or two.
No. Now,
So we'll see.
cut to Mr. G.
Yeah.
I love to share the love, and I'm going to just pull the camera back to me, okay? And here we have now. This I never get this right, but here's Bruce, the one-man band, and here is his contact number: 07778 415 368. That number's going to be appearing all the way through: 07778 415 368. What's the smallest show that you would do, Bruce?
Smallest
The
audience.
smallest audience, yeah, because I know that you and me work theatres, and
Many years ago, I did a place called Wigan Casino, which some people will know is a massive venue in the northwest of England. And it was in the days when a lot of us had to do like 3 gigs a night, 3 separate venues. So you'd have to go on at the first venue on time. And I went on to Wigan Casino to 2 people in the audience. And the bit where I get somebody out of the audience, I did it. I got one person. It was a husband and wife. I got the husband up on stage to do the one-man band, leaving his wife in the audience. She was the only person in the audience.
brilliant
It
story.
was great.
But if people want to book you and they want to say, listen, when social clubs touch wood, pray to the entertainment gods that it's going to come back. So you would work anything from social clubs, theatres, garden party,
Ships. Anybody got a
Ships.
ship?
Anybody got ships, garden party, anything you do, you
Oh,
small, large. That's his number again, and I'm gonna ask for
Should I
something
plug?
else in a minute. Here we go. I mean, that's him. That's Bruce down there. That's his contact number. Make a note of it. It's absolutely. You're in for a great night when you book Bruce. I'm going to sign off very, very shortly, but Bruce, I'm going to ask you to talk about this gentleman. I'm going to show you a picture to the viewers, okay? And I'm going to turn it around to yourself, okay? And there we go.
That's
Now,
my dad.
That is your dad.
That's my dad.
Now let me turn the camera around here, and you can just hold that, and then we turn this around here, and you just tell me the story of that picture. So you just hold that up again in case people didn't see that. Okay, just
Well, I
hold
think
that
the
for a
reason
little-
I was asked to come here today, because of my father, he actually played for Manchester United.
Wow. Now I never knew that. You know, we've been on ships many times, but I never knew that. So
Yeah.
so tell me, Manchester United, what position and what sort of year was he playing?
I think he was centre forward.
Right.
Hopefully, he spent a long time at Blackburn Rovers and then moved to Manchester United. And I think it was around 1938, 39.
Well, that's a great connection. I just never thought that was a connection. I didn't ask you to be our special guest of honour because I thought there's a connection with Manchester United.
Oh.
It's only after I made the call, the lovely Rose said to me, she says, of course, you know, his dad used to play for Manchester United. It's never in the world. And she managed to find this picture. And this picture is going to go up on the wall together with all these other football legends.
Well, I've actually never seen that photograph before.
You've never seen the
I've seen other photographs,
I
obviously.
think Rose is going to make
but
arrangements
I've
to
never
get it.
seen that one. So thank you, Rose.
Well, that is absolutely wonderful. And there it is again. There we are. That is Bruce Thompson's dad, who was a Manchester United player, centre forward. What a great story. Bruce, I'm going to take you out of the feed. Look at me, you see, I'm getting all technical because I'm going to thank you for myself and Rose for pulling the prize out. Thank you to all the people who actually entered into that draw, and thank you to our friends at Manchester United for donating such a fabulous prize. So hopefully next time I see you, Bruce, it will be you strapped up with all your drum and your guitar and what do they call the things on your knees? The Nicky Knocky Knackers.
I actually don't have anything on my knees.
You do?
It's so long since I worked, I can't remember what
you've got stuff that's to your cowboy boots. You've got strings that come up.
Oh,
from
right,
there.
yeah. I have Spurs. I wear Spurs.
Every time you shake hands with him, he gives you a song.
Another
with
football
Bruce.
team.
It's like ding, dong, 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 dong. If we had to abandon ship, you know where Bruce is. Boing, ding, dong, ching, dong, boom, 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 boom. Bruce, I can't shake your hand. I can't do anything apart from say I'll raise my cup of tea to you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Thank you very much indeed for coming along. And that was our special guest today, the one and only one-man band, Bruce Thompson. So thank you very much indeed, Bruce. Now, I'm going to mention some news to you, and that, of course, is the auction which we had. Now, Rose donated some fabulous clothes to go with my Corky's clothes, designer wear, and what we did is we put very, very low bids, starting bids in, to give everybody a chance to win some wonderful clothes. And thank you to all the people who placed bids, because 100% of that money raised, which was over £300, is going to go to the two charities. One of them is my Corky's charity, which is the doctors and nurses that were with her on the ward at Pagham Ward in Chichester, at the Chichester Hospital. And the other 50% is going to go to the wonderful work that the Duncan Edwards Foundation does here in Dudley. And Rose, honestly, she works non-stop together with Andy, her husband. And you know, Andy, Rose loves it when I do Morgan Freeman every time I mention Andy. So I said to Andy, I said, are you going to go out and do cow today, Andy? So he's been out doing so. So, of course, Andy and Rose are married, and Andy supports Rose with all the work she does. And it really, the type of work that she does to support the local community in Dudley is absolutely fantastic. So 50% of the money to the hospital, 50% of the money to the Duncan Edwards Foundation. And thank you so much for all your contributions. Now, we have some very, very dear friends. And I'm going to show a little message here. Okay. They're still asking you about the rugby. Bruce can hear me. Right, Bruce, what team is a rugby on, Bruce? I don't know. I don't think it's any rugby on.
Who's asking?
Is James Austin. James, if you don't know James Austin, he's a wonderful singer.
Hi, James.
Bruce is saying hi, James. He might answer back. James Austin, very, very creative, wonderful singer, known James for a long time, hypnotized him, so he passed his driving test. That's the story which he always tells. He has a podcast on a Saturday with two other great guys. So tune in to James Austin's wonderful show, and that's getting huge following. I've got another message. I always feel like I've got another message coming through. And that is this. Oh, this one. Two wonderful acts and fab men. Hope you're well. Love to you from the Pheasants. Oh, this is like a game show. This is Bruce.
Mark and Betty.
Mark and Betty. Is that
Becky?
Mark, the Pheasants. Mark and Becky. Of course.
Hello.
Bruce says hello if you're there. Oh, here we go. Right, another one for you, Bruce. Symbols on your knees, LOL.
Dangerous.
Symbols on your knees, LOL. Oh, yes, your symbols are on your knees. That's what I said, what they called, and you didn't know. They think it's symbols. And then we've got Mark. Hello, Mark Pheasant. Yes, Mark and Becky Pheasant. Yes, indeed. Love from me, Bruce, Rose, for your lovely wife and lovely kids. Lovely to go. Got to crack on. I've got to tell you about our friends at GN Holidays. Now, I have had the honour to work for GN Holidays, and they are not only a wonderful company to work for, but also there's some lovely people which myself and Corky had the chance to meet. And what they've done is they have they know about the charity, they know about Cup of Tea, Mr. G, and so what they said, and this really, Perry Mahoney, managing director of GN Holidays, and myself and Rose cannot thank you enough, because they've donated a prize, okay, and this prize is going to run through the month of April. Now, I'm going to tell you about this prize because it is absolutely, I couldn't believe it when they said, yeah, we'll support your charity for you. And so what they've done is they've come up with a prize which is as follows. This is to go to Fabulous Warners, and Bruce and myself, we just love Warners. And what it is, it's a holiday, a weekend break for 2 people. It includes, right, and this is to Warner's Bembridge Coast Hotel. Warner's Bembridge Coast Hotel. It includes return car ferry crossing to the Isle of Wight. Standard room in the main hotel for 3 nights, which is fabulous. 3 dinners, 3 breakfasts. It's got free drinks from 6 p.m. till midnight. There's a full program of entertainment, and you have a choice of 2 dates. Now, I'm just going to tell you about the entertainment that you'll be enjoying. Now, the first one is on the 26th November this year, okay? It's going to be the 60s Soul and Motown Big Christmas Party. And it's going to feature people like Herman's Hermits, Angelo Starr and the team, the Revolvers. You've got the Graduates, Hamilton Brown as Lionel Richie, Little Miss 60s, Keith Slater's Sinatra Celebration, and the wonderful comedian Tank Sherman. You're going to be entertained, a private party break, getting into the festive spirit, enjoy the great music, the great food, free drinks every night. And as I said, the return ferry, car ferry is all included. GN Holidays, it stands for Good News Holidays. And I'm talking to Perry about this. And he, as a managing director, he just said, it's for over 40s only. And we want people to have really, really good fun. And when I've been performing as an impressionist for GN Holidays, they really are absolutely brilliant. So if you win this, you are in for a real treat. £10 a ticket, £10 a ticket, that's all it is. And you've got the month of April in which to enter that. So I've said you've got 2 dates. One is the 26th of November. And the other date, which I'm going to mention to you now, is this one, which is on the 7th of January 2022. There again, your chance to win a 3-night break, and it's the Come Dancing Carry On New Year's Party. Okay, it's got a free bar, free 6 hours every night, house spirits, wine by the glass, beer, pumped, soft drinks and pump mixers in the main bar, full entertainment activity program, 3-night accommodation, breakfast and dinners, free car ferry, free parking. There's inclusive dance program, dance tuition up to 8 hours. There's a gala ball dance cabaret, which is fantastic because I've helped set that up. In the balls is converted into a massive, great big dance floor. In fact, it's an 8,860 square foot dance floor. Reserved tables and seats in the dance venue. So if you're a dancer, you are going to have a fantastic time on that. So thank you to Perry Mahoney, Managing Director of GN Holidays. And I'm going to just take this off here. And there again, down the bottom, if you don't know about GN Holidays, and when I've been working for them as an impressionist and doing the shows, I talk to people, and some people say, do you know, I never knew about GN Holidays. It's our first time, but we're certainly going to go back because we love Warners, we love GN Holidays. It's a perfect fit. So contact GN Holidays. Here is their number, 01895 833333, 01895 833333, or visit their website, gnholidays.com. They're ever so friendly people. The holiday holidays are absolutely brilliant. And they also do, well, there's so many breaks they do. When you have the brochure, you'll be reading the brochure for hours. UK party and music break. Have a look at those. They're absolutely brilliant. They're 60s soul and Motown river cruises. Yes, river cruises. And just have a look. Everything that's included in that is absolutely unbelievable. And Rose used to live in Monaco, and so she used to work on the Grand Prix. And in 2022, they are doing the Monaco Historic Grand Prix. So there's so much to look at. Get that brochure again, GN Holidays. Either call them 01895 833333 or visit their website, gnholidays.com. Well, that's it from myself, from Rose, from Bruce, from Andy. Andy wants to wish you all a Merry Easter. Have a great time with all the little bunny rabbits. I must stop doing that. So have a wonderful Easter. Stay safe. I'm going to post the wonderful tour that we did earlier as a film clip. I'll put that through YouTube and I'll send it as a YouTube clip. For me, Christopher G, on Wednesday, I have got Anthony Stewart Lloyd, as I mentioned before. Big Tony. He's going to be joining me for a cup of tea with Mr. G. So, if the lads in the band are ready, put your gin down. Have a great Easter. I'll see you all on Wednesday.
And everything's off for tea.